This is perfect.
It's not on me because I'm not even coming close to this.
Well, last time you weren't even in it. Remember?
Oh, yeah, that's because I did this.
Yeah. That's good. Just spit your chewing gum out like it's Pond.
All right. Hey, welcome to Off the Rickshaw's presentation called Rickshaw Rampage. I said Rickshaw Rampage.
Why did you make it
episode
seem like it's a
17.
Theatrical production. Just say Rickshaw Rampage.
Rickshaw Rampage, episode 17. Another episode. I'm your host, Zolf the Wolf with...
Yeah, I'm Asfar.
Yo, you got to do the whole thing. Asfar Ali. Then how are they going to find you on Twitter?
Asfar Ali. And Asfar says...
We're the Rickshaw Boys.
Ali, LinkedIn, Asfar... No, I don't have me on LinkedIn. I have to look professional there. I got enough friends who are not professionals, like the Triad.
What? Oh, yeah, the Triad story. Do you want to share that story?
No, I don't.
That's a Rickshaw recall. That's a really good Rickshaw recall.
They're still trying to locate me, along with the funds they
/ Rickshaw rant / Rickshaw rape, I guess.
Rickshaw rape?
Well,
what?
That's what's going to happen if they bust you, the Triads.
Don't say that, man. It's not funny. I'm glad because last week, one of our listeners, well, our only listener, Jeffy, oh, he left. Okay. Well, let's just talk about him while he's pretending he's listening. Last week, he suggested, and even Zol suggested, and we agreed that we should do it later so we can have more listeners. And lo and behold, we decided to do it way earlier.
Like 2 p.m.?
Yeah.
The regular 5:30. Well, we have a gig in Kingston.
Actually, Toronto time, it's 5:30 because one of us is working.
That's right. I'm off. I took a legit off.
So it's early daylight savings time. Oh, forgot to put your clock ahead 3.5 hours. We're actually live in Saskatchewan.
That's right.
That way we can't get in trouble.
We can't be in trouble. Mountain time or Pacific time. I don't know, one of those fancy ones. Anyway, we're 5:30. It's 5:30 where we are. It's 5:30 somewhere.
Yep, somewhere. And somewhere we're here right now. Let's start off with a rickshaw recall, man. What happened? You got your notes there.
So I want to talk about your rickshaw recall. I know you did the Haunted Manor this time. You went another place.
Every time I ask you to start, you just throw it back at me. I'm trying to give you some credit. I'm trying to make you part of this podcast.
Okay. So rickshaw recall for me was...
I'm pretty sure mine's better, so let's start
with... Yes, it's true. Well, I don't know this one.
The good, the bad, and then the ugly.
So we went for, the team at the office went for axe throwing.
Oh, yeah.
It was fun. It was crazy fun. It was like... It's just like I was horrible at it. Because
you should be.
And I didn't want to.
You should be. I didn't want lumberjack.
Thank you. And there were people who were doing really well, and I was feeling really crappy. And then I just found the inner Packy in me, and I just started yelling and started throwing things.
It's anger.
And then I actually hit the board because I was throwing the axe, and it would hit the dartboard kind of thing because it made these numbers on it, and I would hit the dartboard kind of thing. The board.
You sound like a hazard. You sound like a hazard. Why were you allowed to throw the axe if you have no control? You could have killed someone.
No, there's no protection. They're like a grills. It's kind of
It's not a real axe, right?
It's a real axe, bro. They sharpen it and everything. But it's like small. It's like one of those small axes, like the hand axe.
Yeah, say that to someone who you hit in the side of the head. So there's no possibility at all that axe can hit something and then like float back?
So when I was swinging with all that force, it would bounce back up.
Okay, here we go.
I was just happy you were not there because you would just rip me apart because I wasn't hitting any of the...
Is this their way of doing layoffs? Without doing the layoffs is eliminating some people?
But the good thing out of that was I did a Vine video with my boss, which you can check out on Off the Rickshaw.
Saw it.
It was wicked. He was up for it, which was pretty cool.
I won't say that, but yeah, I saw it.
As long as Usper's not in a Vine video, it was pretty crappy there. Yeah. That's the rule.
No, I'm not the one that makes the Vine videos. It's always the people I'm with. I follow the Twizzle.
So I wanna like
Ashley Sirianni. That's who. That's
follow
Twitter.
What's hers? Tell me, what is it?
Follow the Twizzle or the Whizzle? Like I don't even know what
Trizzle. Like shizzle dizzle.
Why is it so complicated?
Follow the Trizzle.
You know how hard I have finding her when I'm trying to type?
Why don't you just type in her name? Ashley
I do.
Sirianni, and you'll find her.
Nothing. There's another one that comes up that's actually an Ashley Sirianni, and I'm like, maybe I should put this Ashley Sirianni in because this follow the Twizzlers or whatever, the Skittles.
Trizzle. Like
it's too complicated.
Anyway, so I had a great time at the axe throwing with the event with my company.
Did you not take any lessons? Did they not warm you up on how to throw this? weapon of mass destruction.
They did, but I sucked at it big time. And the good thing was I liked it that I sucked on it because I was getting ripped on by a lot of my colleagues who
was good at it.
Who I realized, there were a couple of guys, like white guys. Like,
oh,
really,
okay, that makes sense.
That makes sense.
It's
like cottage
blood.
country guys.
It's in their blood.
It's in their blood, right.
Now, if it was a knife cutting competition...
Oh, I would have won that. Hands down.
You would have had your own tools. You would have had your own tools.
I like how this one racist friend of mine, he doesn't realize he's
always
racist.
Always got to have one.
Yeah, the white guy comes up to me.
You're
He's
probably
like,
one of them.
He comes up and is like, hey, buddy, shouldn't you be really good at this? I'm like, nah, I think you're confusing me with the guys who are actually decapitating heads. My people are the ones that actually blow up. And he's like, oh, yeah, that's right. You're the Packy. And I was like, yo, you can't say that. That's like the N word for brown people. You can't say that.
It's a good way to get that out of the way.
Right. So it was fun. And I just want to give a big shout out to Bad Axe Throwing, which is based out of all across.
Bad Axe?
Bad Axe Throwing.
I like that pun.
I know, me too. So it was pretty fun.
Would you go back?
Oh,
Would
yeah.
you go back with your family? Is this a family event?
No. Not with the family.
What's
with my boys, yeah. With you guys, I'll go out with you guys, like the comedy crew.
Somebody might not return from that. I'll tell you if I go.
Probably.
Just out of an accident, an unplanned accident.
It was an accident. I like that.
There you go. Like a final destination. But it was actually meant to happen. Forget this premonition. So how old do you have to be? Like, is there a minimal age?
Yeah, 18 plus. It's an 18 plus, yeah.
So, don't you get bored of it after a while? Like, I don't understand. Like, wouldn't you get...
You're absolutely right.
Third act, so like, hey, okay, this is great.
So, you're absolutely right. So, I always
am.
Okay. That took an awkward turn. But anyway, so
it's a fact.
No.
That's probably why.
Maybe it's fuck. But hey, so we did get bored, but then they made this game out of it, which is like the left side versus the right side, and they go... So because I told you there was like a dartboard and they had points in there, so they're like, okay, we start you up with 100, and whoever reaches 0 first wins the game. There's no gift prize.
So
anything.
The winner has to lose points. Like, couldn't you?
Yes. So we were going
so
negative.
Weren't you really good at that? Because you're bad at it? Like, weren't you?
No, then you got to hit the bullseye, right?
Oh, okay. I thought like whoever was the worst. So then,
I would have no, but my team won.
That's not fair.
My team won.
Like Zolf has an advantage. He's handicapped. Zolf's handicapped, right? He's throwing 2 axes and still missing.
I did. At one point,
Are you allowed to throw 2?
I did. You know me, I'm a Packy bro. I tried it. I did 2 axes and I couldn't. I still couldn't get it there.
Twice as embarrassing. I bet you were so bad that when you threw both of them, they hit each other and didn't even make it.
No, one of them bounced back really bad, like really back to me. Like at that, I was like.
Are you not wearing any masks?
And one of the guys who was next to me is like, "Can you calm down? Can you calm down, please? Can you please calm down? Because you're not." I'm like, "Bro, I'm not hitting it. I needed to go hit the board and stick. It wouldn't stick. It would just hit it and bounce back." And then they were like, "Oh, stop flicking the wrist. Stop flicking." I'm like, "This is not a song. Look at my flick the wrist. Look at my flick." I'm like, "This is not a song. Why you keep saying flick the wrist?" I'm pretty good at the rap part, so. But anyway,
I don't know about that either.
It was good fun. It was good fun.
Believe what you want to believe.
You got to believe. Self-confidence. Confidence is sexy.
In the Vine video, your boss is in it.
Yeah,
so
right.
How did you come up with that gem so fast? Of a Vine video. I can't even hold a straight face when trying to give you credit.
I don't know. I just, sometimes. Well, actually, we spoke about it, right? Because I told you that I'm going to go.
Yeah,
I'm going to go for the axe
throwing. I
throwing.
told you the idea, and that's exactly what I get. That's exactly the opposite of what I told you to do. That's what I saw, and I was like, this guy didn't even listen to me. He took it in his own direction.
You said, like you said, hey, why don't you do a Vine video with your boss at axe throwing? Don't forget. You messaged me a couple of times. I'm like, oh, this guy really wants you to do this. So I just told my boss, I'm like, hey, I got this idea. You want to do this? And then I told you we wanted to do your idea as well, but they were kicking us out of there because there was another corporate company that was there waiting for us to leave so that they can do their.
Oh, event. You had a time slot.
Right, yeah. So we were the afternoon slot. I think, like from 12 to 4. It was a long time. Oh, sorry, 1:30 to 4.
You guys were throwing the axe around for that long? Didn't you
bro, think about it.
Did your arm get tired?
Yeah, we were like 45 people there, man.
Wow.
And there were only 4 rings.
You know what that is? A good use of company time. That's what I'm saying. I'm not going to mention the company.
It was a divisional meeting, so it was fine.
Exactly.
Sales forum.
Exactly.
Yeah,
when there's time for budget cuts, and they're talking about budgets being wasted on certain activities, axe throwing should be up there.
Why is this? Oh, okay. There you go. Oh,
what was going on there?
I don't know.
So that sounds interesting.
It was fun.
So my rickshaw recall, I'm just still on this Halloween high.
I know you.
I can't get over it because what's going to kill me is I'm going to be in New York for Halloween weekend.
Oh my God, that's why you're going with your fam, right?
With my
2 siblings.
The Sex and the City trip, right? Let's go. Let's have waffles. Let's see a Broadway play. It's Halloween.
You're gonna watch a Broadway play?
We're gonna see
Wicked. You're a packy. You're gonna hate it.
I'm not a packy, bro. I'm something else that I don't want to insult people, right? But no, I'm big on Broadway plays. I saw Phantom of the Opera. Wicked I like because I like Once Upon a Time, right? It's about fairy tales. So Wicked.
You finally admitted, bro.
Well, after watching it so much with your sisters, right? Like no choice. It's like Gilmore Girls. I don't like Gilmore Girls, by the way. That's crossing the line.
Such a lie. It's such a lie.
But like Wicked is the stories of the witches from the Wizard of Oz. So I'm looking forward to that. But I don't know, Halloween. I'm keen on it, so I had to get another Halloween haunt out of my system before I was gonna miss the big Halloween weekend here in Toronto because I'm in New York City. So I went to somewhere so far I can't even remember. That's how scary. Niagara Falls. That's where I went.
Oh my God.
Niagara Falls.
Okay.
So I went on this website. I was reading the best Halloween haunts, attractions. This was supposed to be the best one
really?
in the country.
In the country?
In the country, bro. In Canada. Considering there's only 5, company's not that still. And one of them's Wonderland, and probably people sick of it.
So before you go to, was it everything you thought it was going to be?
It wasn't. Okay, so the first one I went to in Kitchener, I found that...
I know you had a lot of fun with that.
I had more fun. So the second time around, you know the thing that made this one is that there were monsters walking around. So the monsters would walk around and scare people. So there was this group of teenagers, and they were getting so freaked out because this monster would pet their hair, and he'd be like...
Oh, they would touch you?
Yeah, and it was not me, bro, because I would tell them, like, yo, don't touch me, bro.
But were they allowed to touch the...
Yeah.
Oh, and I thought that was allowed.
Creepy. And he like combed the hair, and he's like, you got nice hair.
Oh, that's
And I'm
weird.
like, yo, this is kind of creepy.
Yeah. Like I thought they weren't allowed to touch.
This is like a bad Plenty of Fish date. So then these girls were screaming, and the thing is, they like come right in your face, and they're like, are you scared?
Oh, did you do the tic-tac joke with them? Get out of here.
No, so one I went to, because I didn't know directions to one ride, so I'm like, excuse me, Mr. Monster, if I may ask you. And this monster, I didn't realize, cannot communicate.
They can't break character.
That's his monster disadvantage. Like, he can't speak. So I'm like, Mr. Monster, can you tell me where the next attraction is? And he did this. And I was like, okay, Mr. Monster.
He just nodded?
Yeah, I'm like, I understand you're in character, but I need you to say something. Where is it? And then he'd like do one of these, and I'm like...
Like a right nod?
I thought he was doing the Thriller dance, because he was just doing this, right? So then he's like... So then we followed him, and I'm like, is this it? And he's like... And then he walked away, and then... This was the weirdest. So after that, I was like, I respect him, because he didn't want to break character.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome, yeah.
But then he sat on a log with his arms crossed. I mean, his legs crossed, and just went like this. And I'm like, well, what is this guy doing? Like,
maybe that was his character. Maybe he was just...
What a thoughtful monster. Like, it didn't make sense to me. But then there's this one girl who was probably the best character. So she's carrying around a knife.
Was she hot?
She was young, so I'm going to go to jail.
Okay.
Right? So she was carrying around, like, one of those hatchets with blood on it. And she just looked at one of the friends I was with, who's a female. And she's like, I want to take your friend and cut her up.
Like straight to you? On your face?
Yeah, and I'm like, do it. You know, I don't want no trouble. Do what you got to do. And she's like, look at my hands. I have real blood on it. And then she got the blood and she wiped it on my female friend's jacket and she screamed.
No!
Yeah. And then I was like, thank you, because I just dry cleaned my jacket. And it was crazy.
I can imagine you say that.
Yeah. And then this was the worst part of it. So in Niagara Falls, what I learned, there's a lot of people who look like they're inbreds and trailer park trash.
Really?
But I thought they were part of the attraction. So while I was in line, there's this one white lady who was the size of the Michelin Man, right? But she's a woman. She was like just wide and big. She was wearing head to toe army camouflage. Like, you know,
like Duck Dynasty?
Yeah. So you know who doesn't wear head to toe anymore? Army camouflage. People from Duck Dynasty, they realize that's too much.
Even the Honey Boo Boo.
The Taliban kind of cut back on it. They're like, this is kind of too scary. It's a fashion.
Scary for us also.
It's a fashion mistake, right? So then I looked and I'm like, I tapped my friend on the shoulder. I'm like, oh my God, look, that's amazing. Look at her. She even dressed the part. And then she whispered to me, she's like, that's a customer. I'm like, no, don't say that. Yeah. And then her family came over and they started speaking like this. They're like, oh, I can't wait to go on this ride. This ride's probably the best ride that I've ever seen. Hey. And she looked at me and I'm like, hey, how are you? She's like, hey, where are you guys from? Are you from these parts? And then I was like, oh my God, look, they're still playing into the character. And then my friend, she tells me, she's like, no, they're real. Because I'm like, you got, why? Who in their right mind would come like this, right? Who would, like, this is embarrassing. They look better than some of the people who are part of the attraction. And I was so embarrassed because I thought I was actually going to ask them for a picture.
No. But I'm sure they would have been cool about it. They wouldn't have made a fuss.
Yeah, maybe they were so stupid they wouldn't
even realize. Like, oh, you really want to take a picture with one of us? That's awesome.
But the one attraction that was amazing was called the Insane Asylum. So that's the reason I went there. Oh, that's
what you told me about. Yeah.
So you go in there, and once again, me and my friends were the black people in horror movies. Because people would show up to the attraction, and then they'd be like, hey, why don't you go first? And I'm like, no, why don't you? And they're like, no, I insist. I'm like, no. Then they push me ahead. And I always be at the front. So there's this guy behind me, a couple of people down, and he had a cane, right? And he was trying to act tough for his family. He's like, this doesn't look scary. This looks so cheesy. Once we got to the Insane Asylum, all I heard was like, oh, shit. Let's turn back. No. So I wanted to push him. So the thing that was scary.
So you became part two.
You exactly. I don't know what that means, but that sounds scary.
Scary.
Okay.
You're like scary cat.
Whatever.
Scary cat.
So we went in. They closed the door, and it's just an empty jail cell. And then you hear things just making noises.
Like at the back, like it's like literally like, oh, somebody's locked up inside, getting cut off.
Yeah, but you don't. But the lights don't know. Oh, the lights are off, so you don't know. They open a light, and then someone's there, and they grab you.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So the whole thing is like that, and there's people just running after you.
That's crazy.
But I was a little disappointed. You know what I thought was going to happen? They were going to lock us in that one entrance, and they were going to open all the jail cells, and those people were going to.
Oh, that would have been trippy.
Scary molest us. But something that was scary, they actually grabbed you here. So people would grab you.
Again, touching.
No, but this was the scary part. I was running, right? And I was behind, my female friend was behind me. And I feel something grab my thigh and caress it. And I'm like, oh, okay, I didn't know we're friends like that. And then I look around. I'm like, yo, monster, what are you doing? And the monster's like, okay. And then he kind of just shriveled down and was hiding and laughing. I'm like, yo, did he just cop a feel? And then I was so upset. I'm like, monster, don't do that again. And the monster's like, I won't. Right? And I was like, this is terrible. But for the money, I think this was better because it had more attractions. And it just had a lot more fun. Right? People were
So I want to ask you, so because you went with your friends and there were a lot of people there, you had a great time. I know how you are. You're like me. There are a lot of people around, and like you can be the comedian. But say if you were there solo.
In the Insane Asylum, I would have got scared. The hayride was the best. This is the last thing I want to mention.
Yeah.
In the hayride, we're sitting there. There's this white girl, and she's talking to me quite a bit through the whole hayride. I'm like, oh.
And she's like the customer.
Yeah. So she's talking to me. She's like, oh my god, like this is an amazing ride. And then I was never scared because I would see the monsters coming. She would get really frightened, and she like kind of try and cuddle up next to me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Right.
White girl. I like how you threw that. White girl.
Right.
Up to
and
me.
then I was like, yo, get away, because she was a monster. She was attracting the monsters. I'm like, get away. I don't need that.
I don't need this.
I'm like, yo, I don't want to get attacked by any monsters. I'm not here to save your life. I'm here for myself. So then at one point, she looks at me and she's like, wow, you're not scared at all. That's amazing. So then we get to the last attraction before we get off the hayride, and it's this guy wearing like a suit, and he has a bathtub. He comes in the hayride and picks her up.
No!
She starts screaming and struggling. She's like, help me. And I'm like, I would, but it's too late. Right? It's too late. It's better you than me. It's better you than we. And everyone's like, yeah.
And she was BMK too.
Yo, they grabbed her and they threw her in a wheelbarrow. But then afterwards...
I think she was part of the act.
So then I got upset because my friend's like, yo, she was part of the act. I'm like, how did I not see this coming? Right?
You told me and I figured it out.
Yeah, I was so upset.
No, but I can imagine. Yeah, I can imagine.
But then I started making a real scene, which was funny because I was like, excuse me, Mr. Tractor Operator, we just lost someone. And then he got worried too. He's like, who do we lose? I'm like, we lost this white girl. They carried her in a wheelbarrow. I don't know if she's coming back. And he's like, oh my gosh, should we turn around? And I think someone had told me, he's like, yo, that was someone part of the act. And then he was like, oh, okay. You're always going to lose one person. And then we finished.
That's the best. You're always going to lose one person.
Yo, it was better her than
So
me.
So you agree that if you were solo, like no female friends, no other...
No, the Insane Asylum, I would have got freaked out. But the other ones, because I always see them coming. And
do you think, because this was like one of the top 5, you did not feel that scary because you already did the Kitchener one?
No, you know what it was? Because there's too much light.
Oh, okay.
I went to one 3 years ago in Stouffville, which is scary because it looks like KK country because there's only a flaming cross. That's the way you know. That's the way you get to that attraction. But in that one attraction they have, the haunted barn, there's no lights. It's just a red laser in each corner, so you don't know where you're headed.
Where something's going to come out from.
Here, everything's
so the element
lit.
of surprise was the fear, yeah. Okay.
Right, that's true. The element of surprise. Speaking of surprises, man, surprise me. What's our rickshaw?
We got the rickshaw
Review?
revival, because remember last week we spoke about the gay Muslim imam, or also known as a preacher.
Oh, you did. Hey, let me just do some. Go ahead.
So I did the research on it.
Okay.
Apparently, his name is Da'i Abdullah. Why are you hiding his face like a ninja?
I'm not.
So I wanted your opinion on this. So
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Smart, get out
Sure.
of there. You know you're making this more awkward than it is.
Okay, sure. You should ask me my opinion on this.
So Da'i
This
Abdullah
modern
was
imam.
born and raised in U.S.
Okay.
He came out when he was 15.
Whoa,
He was
okay.
studying in China, where he converted to Islam. And I think, I don't know, I'm kind of torn between his ideas. So his reason for becoming the gay Muslim imam was because why are you hiding out of the frame?
I'm not. Oh man, my shoulder.
He's like, so I like what he said. He's like, necessity creates situational knowledges and situations.
To each their own.
And he's created a mosque where he supports the LGBT, and like the men and women pray together, like they offer namaz and prayers together, and he does the sermons, and he's like, he became an imam. Yeah. So he's no, they don't hold hands. What's wrong?
I'm just asking. I don't know the policies there.
So so now his mosque is out in Washington D.C. And the reason why he became an imam was because he's like a lot of Muslims.
What's the address?
Oh, look at you! I'll get you an address.
No, accidentally if I go there.
I'm sure you will go there. Sure, Asford, do you want to tell us something?
What?
You want to tell us something?
No, I'm saying I don't want to go there by accident.
Okay, don't worry about it. It says there, LGBT Muslim mosque. They have pictures up. So here's the thing.
Is the dome pink?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think so.
No, just to differentiate.
That is so bad, bro.
No, just to differentiate.
Maybe it's rainbow colored. Why would it be just pink?
I don't know. Maybe they couldn't afford all the colors. You know, mosque fundraising, it's hard sometimes.
It's true.
Especially for this mosque. I'm pretty sure they counter fundraising.
So that's the thing. You're absolutely right. And that's the reason why he became
I was
imam.
right.
You know so much about this. The reason why he became an imam was because he found out a lot of his friends who were gay Muslims and coming
It's
out.
a scarf, guys. It's not what you think it is. A scarf. It's really cold outside.
And
It's not an ascot.
dying of AIDS. There were no other imams who were ready to perform the funeral.
Oh, that's wrong.
So that's why he became the imam, and that's why he said necessity creates situational knowledge and situations. So he became the imam for those guys, and that's what he does. He performs gay marriages, he performs gay burials. I guess it's because I don't know. I'm kind of torn.
So what is the I guess the Muslim society in DC?
They shunned him. Yeah, they shunned him off completely.
Has there been any
attacks and everything?
Yeah,
no, they
attacks.
just shunned him off. You know how Muslims
That's
are,
good.
bro. Majority
That's
of us
true.
are pretty calm
That's
people.
all.
It's just a crazy.
Like
I'm pretty calm. Like I'm just torn about what it teaches because I read the article because I got all his name.
That's tough. Would you send your son there?
No, the whole point. No, what I'm getting at is, and I'm skipping the question. what I'm getting at is, I saw the the comments. Yo, listen, hear me out, bro.
I am.
The comments were he got nothing but hate comments, and there was this one comment that said,
That's what I would suspect from this religion.
Yeah. So
any religion. I'm not just to say Muslims and Islam. Any religion would be the same.
So just like when I've told you about why he became an imam is exactly why I'm torn between the ideas, because as a humanitarian, I'm thinking he did the right thing. He's doing the right thing.
He's doing what he thinks
is right.
Feels right for him. Right?
And he said that Allah will help me and guide me and everything, which is great. But as culturally and as a Muslim, I don't know, man. I'm kind of torn. I mean, you're human first and then the religion. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of like torn between his ideas. Like, good for what he's doing, but he's gonna get nothing but hate, bro, from every like at least the Muslim guys. Nobody's gonna support him.
Yeah,
hence coming back to you.
He's gonna have Muslim guys support him, but they're the ones who like him, literally.
They'll be the LGBT guys. Yeah,
LGBT.
Yeah, they won't be the regular Muslims. So he's saying he's having a lot of problem with funding and everything. That's why when you made fun about the pink dome, I was like, did he also read the same article? Because he said he's having a problem about funding. So he has a mosque in his basement.
Wow.
Yeah, he works out of his basement because he's like, I'm not going to get any funding, but I just want to make sure that LGBT Muslims are getting the knowledge and, are there, because other preachers and imams are not going to help him out. So I think what he's doing is great, but I'm kind of torn between his ideas.
It's what's hard too is because the context of what it says in the Quran and other books is their views on that.
Absolutely.
So it's hard because if he's ever giving a lecture and someone's like, what about the part about the men and women? And he's like, oh, I edited that out. Like, you know, like...
Yeah, that'll be a lot of...
It's compromised.
And it's going to be kind of...
But that's like with anything. Like, if you look at those white supremacists or even the Nation of Islam, they take certain contexts and they kind of apply it towards their own. But in his situation, I guess he's contradicting the views that it states in there.
That's what I'm getting.
Not me. I'm not saying, but that's what it states.
like what the religion states, right? Like
even in the Bible it states that, or even the Torah, or I'm pretty sure the other ones. Wikipedia, whatever they're out there. I don't know all of them. The Gita.
I know. So what I just thought, because we spoke about the gay Muslim Imam, and he said, "Yo, why don't you do some research and bring us some info?"
Would you ever go to his mosque?
I would like to go meet him. I would literally like to go meet him and see what he's all about for sure. Like what he's doing as a human being is absolutely amazing. Especially when he hit the like when he said that he.
What do you think your family would think if you went to meet him? Would you tell your family?
No.
Okay.
Too narrow-minded, bro. Culturally, Islamically, they'll be too narrow-minded.
But what if there's a picture with you shaking his hand?
I wouldn't mind shaking his hand. Bro. What's wrong?
I'm
not gonna fucking become homo just shaking his hand.
No,
like
but
we have homosexual friends, and they're in the comedy scene. They're at our workplace. Why are you so stunned?
Oh yeah, we do.
What's wrong with you? Yeah.
I thought you were trying to tell me something.
You want me to name drop them?
No.
Okay. So but they're cool with us. We don't have a problem with them, but that's because we're broader. We're not narrow-minded or those kind of Muslims. We're not that kind of extreme. We're looking to, hey man, you do you, I do me, simple as that. Or you do whoever else you want to do, but I don't want to.
No, I'm gonna do she.
And I'm on the same bandwagon.
Yeah, not me.
We don't do me. We don't do you. You do you, and whoever else, I do the opposite sex.
Yeah. I'd rather do myself than everyone else.
So, what's your Rickshaw rant for this week, man? That's a wicked segue. Rickshaw rant. Let's do this.
What about the review?
We don't have a review. Quantico's still killing it, man, for me.
Oh my God! I like how we go from like gay imam to like Zolf's.
Not gay mom, bro. It was gay imam.
Imam, yeah.
Yeah, you said gay mom.
No, not gay. Oh, speaking of gay mom, didn't you have an article on that?
On gay mom?
Oh, gay imam.
Gay imam, bro, the preacher.
That's why I got so confused, because when you were talking to me on the phone, you're like, I have this article about a gay mom. I'm like, that's a lesbian. So I swear to God.
Oh, is that why you were calling me B.E.? You're like broken English?
Yeah, that's
I wasn't gay imam.
Oh my God, this is so embarrassing. Imagine I meet him, I'm like, yo, you look so hairy for a gay mom. He's like, I'm a gay mom. I'm like, yo, Zolf told me otherwise. He's like, are you making fun of me? I go, bro, honestly, when I speak to Zolf, his English is so bad.
No, but I was right this time.
I came here for the gay mom rally. Little did I know it's a gay imam rally. Oh my God, I feel so stupid.
That's what I was like, what is he talking about? Why is he calling me B.E.? I'm like, you know what, let it go. I don't understand most of his jokes anyway.
Yeah, because they're funny.
Okay.
My Rickshaw review.
Yeah, I know. You went to Montreal, right?
Air Canada.
Oh!
Air Canada. I love Air Canada because it has the word Canada in it, and because they don't assume I'm a terrorist, unlike WestJet.
But don't you tell me you always have to check in early because...
Not with Air Canada. Air Canada,
oh,
I think there's a glitch in the system. So when I press and check in, usually I get something that says, sorry, we're unable to process your transactions this time. You are a terrorist.
Because of your last name.
Don't get offended, but you are a terrorist. Mr. Ali, we enjoy you trying to trick us, but once you come to the counter, we're going to have to call Stephen Harper. But I think what happened? JT, Justin Trudeau, made it happen. Bill C-51 is done. The Niqabis are on the loose. Mother Goose. Niqabis on the loose, Mother Goose. And I think that's what happened. I pressed it, and I was able to do my...
You got your boarding pass right away?
I got
Checked
it.
In?
But what happened, I knew it was too good to be true. Because I went to the Air Canada check-in. I have my phone. I'm like, hi, I want to board the plane. They're like, what do you mean you want to board the plane? I'm like, that's what I want to do because I'm on the flight. They're like, are you sure I'm on the flight? I'm like, I think I would know I'm on the flight because I'm waking up at 3:30 in the morning to catch a 6:30 flight to Montreal. I'm not just doing that for fun, right? And besides,
how long is the flight, though?
It's like an hour, but still, I got to wake up like 3 hours earlier.
Oh, you got to drive there and everything. Yeah.
So then she's like, oh, no, you still have to print the boarding pass. So I did that, and then went to the gate. But the problem was, on the way back, I had to fly WestJet because my company's very cheap. They're more packy than me. I'll fly down, luxurious with Air Canada. I get movies at my will. I get apple juice. I get crackers. Then I fly back on WestJet.
Yo, I hear you got to buy stuff.
I got to buy a movie.
You got to buy dinner, lunch?
No, this is the options I never understood on WestJet. Water, beer, wine. What if I want apple juice?
You got to pay.
Yeah, they're like, you got to pay for that. I'm like, what do you mean I got to pay? Right?
Okay, what about movies?
Yeah, movie. So this is what happens. The movie channel, they start the movie, and there's a disclaimer that says if you continue to watch this movie, it's $5.99. So what I do is I keep on watching the movie until I think they're going to charge me. Then I turn it off. Then I turn it on to hope to see if the disclaimer's there. So, and it's still there. And I get so, and then I get upset because I think they're going to charge me. But you know, my problem is because the flight's only an hour both ways. It's actually 45 minutes. But I pray to God that there is delays once we get in the plane, so I can watch a 2-hour movie, right?
Oh yeah.
So I started watching the movie Inside Out. This is my review. Oh, that movie was emotionally.
I've seen it twice.
Emotionally overwhelming.
It's
like the plot. No, but these animated movies are made for adults now. It's like a Shrek, but this is on an emotional level. So for people who haven't seen Inside Out, I'm not going to spoil it. But the
characters are emotions. They're emotions. That's all you can tell them. They're emotions.
Emotions. So it's like fear, anger, joy, sadness.
I loved Anger, bro. He was pretty cool.
That was Louis Black, the comedian.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So I'm watching this movie, and I'm beside this older businessman, and I'm embarrassed because he pulls out, like, the Globe and Mail, and he's like,
with his BlackBerry?
Yeah, and he's looking at me and judging me, and I'm like, this is embarrassing. Because, you know, remember I told you every time I board the plane that early, the only people that are on this flight are CEOs, CFOs, and they all look like it, right? And I do too, because I'm wearing a suit, and it's to my advantage, because sometimes they'll be like, sir, why are you going in economy? And I'm like, I don't know.
Because my company didn't upgrade me.
Right? But then they see my ticket, and they're like, oh, sir, you are supposed to be
Packy, please.
Because I'm always wearing, packy, please, right? Go to the back with the rest of the package.
Go to the back of the bus.
Right? Or the back of the plane. So then this guy's judging me, and then I take my headphones, and the plane stops, and he's like, were you watching Inside Out? With a look of disgust?
No.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah. He's like, that was a great movie.
Oh, really? You just changed?
Yeah, and I'm like, I haven't finished it. He's like, man, just the ending's very emotional. I'm like, I couldn't even...
it is. It's pretty emotional.
I couldn't even handle half of the movie because the way they think of the plot is amazing.
Yeah, it is just great creativity
my
and
review is Air Canada, I love you. WestJet, I don't know why I'm still a terrorist. Like, I'm still upset because she had to call. And she even said, she was really nice because when I went to the counter, this was the best. She's like, oh, are you trying? She's like, are you on the flight back to Toronto from Montreal? I'm like, yes. She's like, oh, can I have your boarding pass? I'm like, no. And she's like, oh, what's your last name? Allie. And then she's like, oh, that's why. And then she starts typing, right? And she's like, you know, your name is, you know, they don't really like. And I'm like, yo, I voted for the Liberals. And she started laughing. But then she made the phone call, and, you know, when they do that code language or like Roger,
C49.
Delta, after we have a salmon that's under attack, and they're looking at this. I'm like, hey, that doesn't sound nice. And then she gives me the boarding pass. But it just makes me very upset. And then the experience on WestJet, too, because there's no movies. Like, come on.
Oh, really?
You know what would prevent terrorism? If they were able to watch movies. If you're able to watch Inside Out, I'm pretty sure Ahmed would think twice about taking people's lives because he would value his own and be like, oh, you know what?
Let me finish this movie.
He's like, you know what? Inside Out, this is fear. I want joy. I want joy to take over, right? And then he go to like Goofy Land or whatever. He's like, forget about these grenades, right? And he just pack them away, and everyone lands safe. That's the reason why. And their snacks are the worst. Salty pretzels. Or broken cookies, yeah. And there's only 7, bro. There's only 7 pretzels. I always count. I think once I got 8. once I got 8 by accident.
That was lucky.
I got 8 by accident, but I'm like, this is a corn chip. It doesn't look good, and I threw it away.
Yo, talking about planes, I know this is kind of going off topic. Did you read about the Saudi prince who got busted with 2 tons of cocaine?
Are you serious?
Yo, it's big news. So apparently he was initially busted in LA, I think, by cops because
2 pounds?
No, he was busted for beating up a couple of prostitutes.
That's okay. The cocaine.
Saudi prince. So then he flew out back to Saudi Arabia, but he's made a stopover in Lebanon or Beirut.
Is that what they call
in Beirut?
Is that what they call the 3rd and 4th wives nowadays?
Apparently they do more. Those are it's more like sister wives, bro.
I didn't mean that.
Hide face. So apparently he was in Beirut and flying to Saudi Arabia, and they busted.
I'm pretty sure they upset him.
44 suitcases with 2 tons of cocaine and pills.
That's probably why he was like yelling the whole flight, yalla, yalla. And they're like, oh, we know what that means.
So this is the biggest drug bust ever. Now here's
the history?
In the history, and here's the problem because they're like Saudi Arabia.
They always want to be number 1 in everything. Mashallah.
So here's the thing. They're like in Saudi Arabia, every week one person is they get capital punishment because of some drug charges, and he's like, what are they going to do with the Saudi prince now? Like, now the tables have turned. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Are you gonna decapitate, like, you know, the head chopping, or is it gonna? What are you gonna do? Are you gonna hang?
He doesn't
them?
have like some kind of superior rule where he can like.
Bro, you know what's gonna happen. You and I both know what's gonna happen.
You're gonna let him off the hook.
Of course they are, and I just want to see how they play it out. Like, what's the excuse?
You know what they're gonna do? They're probably gonna hire a clone or something. Like they're gonna go to some extent. They gotta do something, right?
Yeah, because I read the whole article and they're like, every week they have at least one person who gets busted for drug offenses.
That's sad. So do people watch these executions?
Yeah, bro, they have it after Friday prayers.
Oh, that is off. I don't want to hear that.
No, I'm not even making this up. Anyway, bro, I don't want to go there. So Rickshaw rant. Let's do the Rickshaw rant. My Rickshaw rant for this week is, you mofos in Toronto driving. If somebody's going to give you a way to slide into their lane, be courteous and say thank you. You suburbans mofos who live in Burlington, like as in myself, in Oakville and Mississauga, can you guys, when you're in your own hood, in your suburban areas, I know you're kind of impressed that I use the word suburban, I know. When you get wave out there, you actually wave and say, hey, thanks for the way, thanks for giving me the way, oh, and courteous and polite, and thank you, and I'm sorry. But as soon as you're in Toronto, why you gotta be like dickheads? Guys, please. Yo, I had this guy cut me off yesterday in his Audi A7. Clearly a lot. Clearly a lot. No, bro, I was very nice. You know, because, you know, when I was back in Dubai, I had road rage. I had like badass road rage. Like,
come on, look at from this rant, you seem like the nicest person, the most patient and understanding person. Hey, let me in.
So when this guy cut me off first, and I was like, you know what? Since all right, you did that. You really, I think you're in a hurry. You're probably gonna have some date at the court. Go for it. Yo, he cut me. He cut this lady who nearly had an accident because he cut her so bad that she nearly hit the freaking wall next to her. And then he just zoomed off. I'm like, yo, mofo didn't even say thank you. Like, what the what's wrong with you?
You don't try and speed up after him and give him like a dirty.
I couldn't, bro, because it was traffic. He was just zigzagging and lane dancing all across.
You should have done the BBM thing. The BBM Bluetooth, maybe you could have caught him on BBM and just sent him an angry face.
I don't have BlackBerry, bro. I'm kind of up with the times.
WhatsApp, bro. WhatsApp.
WhatsApp doesn't do the, hey, check in my neighborhood.
Oh, you can't check in the neighborhood?
You are so ghetto, man.
Why didn't you take a picture of his license plate?
Oh, he had already gone, bro. With his A7.
You're not really that angry.
Because I was pissed.
Because all you remembered was his car.
Yeah,
it's like you were angry, but
yo, and the funny thing was he was on his phone earlier. And I was like, oh, what's going on? And somebody busted some
You know who that guy's going to end up being? Your biggest client.
That's true.
Could you imagine that? What would you do?
Yeah, but I don't see people and I'm like, oh, what car do you drive? Oh, is it an Audi A7? Yes, it is. Hey, man.
Let's say tomorrow you got to sign this like $5 million
and he shows up in his white A7?
And that's him.
Yeah, so
and then he's like, yo, there's a stupid brown dumb, confused Uber driver in the shitty Honda Accord.
It's a hybrid, guy. I'm all about the environment.
Okay. He cared about the environment, but he has a shitty attitude towards life, right?
No, I don't have a shitty attitude towards life.
He cut me off.
No.
He cut me off.
No, he cut me off.
But I'm telling you what he's thinking. He cut me off, and now I'm ready to sign with this business. Hey, wait a second. You look familiar. Were you?
Then after that, I'll be like, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. I was like, I don't know what you're saying. It wasn't me.
Oh, see, you're such a packy.
Of course.
For the
DTP. DTP. Don't trust a packy.
Where's your stance, man? You compromise so easy.
Okay, let's reverse the roles. What would you do?
I would get the signature signed.
And then tell him F you, right? That's what I would do,
piece of crap. It's too late. You're a piece of junk. You know what? Oh, you know what? I need another second signature. I didn't mean anything. Yo, sign on that. Like, you know what? I'm glad you did that because it taught me a lesson. You're better than me because look at the money you got. Now I'm rich off of you, son.
Would you got your rickshaw rant for this week? You got a rickshaw rant or are you just going to bounce off my rickshaw rant again? Because I like how you get so passionate about it too. It's like, yeah, man, screw that guy.
My rickshaw rant was I went for a team event, bowling, and everyone had normal team names. There were like the Killers, there were the Hunters, and then I was the only brown guy with 4 white people. And the name of my team was The Plantation.
Oh my God, I don't understand. Racist, bro.
I'm glad there was no noir people on my team.
That's so racist.
No noir people, which means black. Right?
Yeah,
In French.
I know. That's why.
Because the mistreatment of people would have been ridiculous.
The Plantation.
Because we were yelling at each other, right? During the I'm like, come on, do something. We gotta win. Let's get this done. It's not for fun.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. Your company is kind of racist, bro.
100%.
Do you guys have any black people?
My manager calls me. Yeah.
How many?
We have one. He's the IT guy.
And no, I don't mean Lebanese with attitude. I mean the other guy.
No, our IT guy. He's proper. He's a proper misbehavior. Miss Daisy, like a driving Miss Daisy type of night. His name is Raymond, and everyone says everyone loves Raymond, but everybody hates Raymond because he's the most nicest guy, but it's just
creepy.
No, when you try and explain something to him, he always makes it seem like it's your fault. Like once I was telling him that my laptop wasn't turning on, he's like, press power. And I'm like, I have pressed power. And then finally I had to fly down. And then he's like, oh, your laptop's broken. I was like, that's what I was saying. So he never believes, like he never thinks that there's a problem with the technology. It's you. He thinks you're stupid. Like he thinks.
But then, bro,
nine times out of 10, he's probably right.
He's right. That's what I'm saying. Because when I used to work for Dell Computers, bro, when I used to go through a couple of tech support questions.
No, but you probably just used to reset passwords. That's not
no, bro. I did bro.
What did you do?
One of my conversations.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna need
for
you
somebody
to
in Hamilton. No,
delete.
No, I had somebody from Hamilton call me up and say, hey, I'm sitting in front of my computer. I cannot print what I need to print. And I'm like, oh, did you press this option? She's like, no. She's like, Zof, I think you sold me a busted laptop. I'm like, oh, I'm really sorry. And I'm like,
did you say, how did you find out?
So after 20 minutes of like this, trying to help her out, I was like, this is going to be really odd, but are you on safe mode? Is the computer on? And she's like, oh my God, the computer's not even on, plugged in. And then she just hung up. So you see, I see where Ramon,
now I see why
Ramon is coming from.
Now I see why you're such a great salesperson, because you dealt with very stupid and gullible customers.
Oh my God, I was pissed. I was like,
that's
oh my
amazing.
God,
Weren't you upset that you didn't sell her more laptops?
Yo, so this is what I told her. I'm like, can you try Control P? And she's like, yeah, nothing happened. I'm like, nothing? She's like, nothing's on my screen. And I'm like, that is so odd. Did you try? I thought maybe her numlock was on and maybe her this, because, laptop, everything is compressed. I'm like, is your backlight working? She's like, no. I'm like, oh, I'm pretty sure I told you backlight too. I'm like, well, I'm going to create the return label just for giggles. Is the computer even on? She's like, oh my God, it's not even plugged in. And I was like, oh,
that's embarrassing.
That is so bad.
That's embarrassing. So bad. How do you take advantage of people that slow?
I sold her a lot of other stuff, so I was okay.
Oh, okay. At least you made up for it.
Yeah, I did.
So the lesson for today, when it comes to business, is always capitalize on the less fortunate and the less knowledgeable.
Of course.
That's the way you become a good salesperson.
President's Club, here I come, baby.
Number one. All right, man. This is Rickshaw Rampage, episode number 18 for this week. We're wrapping up.
17.
No, 18, bro.
No, wait. I said 17.
You know what? You're dumb.
Rickshaw Rampage.
You know what?
Signing off.
From one dumb salesperson to a dumb
Zolf the
Wolf.
And he is
caveat emptor, buyer beware, and seller beware at the same time. We're out. Peace.
Peace. Take care, guys.